This is the URT. You are the URT. Smash a like for the URT. I'm moving around with a chair, not knowing that I've already live. Big up to everybody. 10 seconds of silence to start the show with. How are we doing, people? Welcome to the URT. You are the URT. Big up the URT. Big up. I like Kadeem. Big up Kadeem. I hope you're good, bro. Big up Yorkshire. Massive. Yorkshire Reds. Big up. Big up Craig, man. Big up to all you lot. Smash the like, subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed, people. Please smash the likes and subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. How are we doing, people? How are we doing tonight? Big up and love. I love. What can I say? What can I say? Yeah, man. Big up to everybody. Honestly, big up and love. We got a fantastic show for you tonight. Going a bit of boxing. We're boxing tonight. We're boxing straight. We've got a fantastic show for you tonight. We're going to be looking at what are the big six, are the big six rivals doing? The 5 City, Chelsea, Arsenal, Spurs, Liverpool. What are they all doing? And I've got a bit of breaking news for you, a bit of a Nuruddin bomber. If we sign Bruno Fernandes to a long-term deal, Rashford's back, Mason Mount is a new player. Those 3 players are new players. How about that? How about that? How about that, people? How about that? That the 3 players are like a new signing. Who are we? URT. Smash the like, big up to Fury. Listen, I ain't gonna lie to you lot. The jokes are the jokes. Ineos are frauds. Can you see them? Ratcliffe Glazers are frauds. We kept it 100% on this channel when people were telling us otherwise. But we're gonna give you the latest news on Manchester United. The latest news and everything else that comes with it. So we're gonna be the bomber. I already told you we're gonna get into Bruno into a long-term contract. Mason Mount is a new player. Rashford is a new signing, and so we don't need to sign players. We don't need to sign players. We're gonna be looking at the other 5 in the top 6 so-called traditional top 6. The other 5 rivals, what they're doing. And then we're looking into everything else that's happening in terms of news around Manchester United. Yeah, that's what we'll be doing, people. We're live, we're direct, we're here. And that's what we're going to be doing tonight. Checking out the latest news. The latest Manchester United news. And some of it is hilarious. Some of it is so effing funny. Honestly. Can't even make it up. Some of it is so funny. It's so funny. I can't do it anymore, man, people. I'm not going to lie to you. I can't do it anymore. I can't do it anymore. Yeah. This is who we are, people. This is who we are. It's Manchester United fans. And we're sat here. The first, let me get the calendar out. Calendar. Calendar, man. Calendar. Let me get up the calendar, man. I'll show you lot. So we're basically, in terms of the calendar, we are today on the day is 18th of August, Tuesday the 18th of August. On the 1st of September, the transfer window closes. Manchester United have got just, what? 20th. I'll show you exactly down how many days we've got left of this transfer window. Transfer window. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 days left. 14 days left. This month ends on the 31st. So 14 days left of the window, people. 14. And we're here messing about. We are messing about on what's going on in terms of what's the latest news. And yeah, the absolute scandalous bullshit gaslighting tactics that are being used by this football club is unbelievable. Honestly, I can't stress it enough. I can't stress it enough. I cannot stress it enough what the news is of Manchester United and where we are. Aston Villa agree a deal to sign Wan-Bissaka from West Ham. Here we go. It's crazy. Yeah. We are, as the news goes, we'll go with the news first. Manchester United, who have been linked with? Solid talk saying Ivan Toney and Philip Mateta are the two names Manchester United monitoring. Monitoring FC. Here we go. Here we go. Come on, people. Join me. Monitoring FC. Here we go. Here we go. We're monitoring. First of all, Ivan Toney, forget about it. You know how much Palace are going to ask, even though he's got 1 year left of his contract? For Philip Mateta. I think you're having a laugh. You're having an absolute laugh. Got some interesting quotes in terms of the news from Harry Maguire that I'm going to go into in a minute. But that's what we have. And they keep saying we are targeting a left back before the transfer window closes. Hybrid midfielder decided. So at this moment in time, with 14 days to go in the transfer window, Manchester United are targeting a left back and a hybrid midfielder. Miles Lewis-Skelly is still seen as a sensible possible despite his performance in the Community Shield. Ah, God. Oh, Lord, please help me. Left back is the main focus. This is a lot of the waffle that this club is putting out, people. A lot of the waffle that's being put out there. And it's not even funny. It's genuinely not even funny. I don't know how to explain to you guys. I don't know what to say to you guys. But I genuinely do not. Yeah. I just can't. I really, really can't. I can't stress this enough. Manchester United are taking the piss. Well, not Manchester United, the football club. Ineos and the Glazers are taking the piss. They're taking the piss. And the people that we kept getting linked with are just getting more laughable and more laughable. Well, another link that I saw the other day, right, was Nkunku at AC Milan. The guy who can't even stay fit at Milan. Can't even stay fit at Milan, people. Oh, we're getting him. We're getting him. It's laughable. But don't worry. Stay positive. Stay positive. Stay positive, people. You got to stay positive. Big up Bilal. Bilal's still monitoring, showing interest, keeping taps on. In love, showing strong interest, main target. Like 1 badly want Manchester United FC. Let me just get the super chat. Big up to my brother here. Abdi Aziz, long time no see, bro. I hope you're well. Not seeing you here a while. Ineos fans, don't panic, relax. Your beloved broke billionaire will soon buy players. Sign Bruno rushing new contract. Don't jump off the train. Keep believing when it all fails. I say I told you so. They got by guy. They got Abdi Aziz. I hope you're good, bro. I hope you had a lovely holiday. Last time I heard see you, you saying you were going on holiday and everything. So I hope you had a great time. Disgrace of a window solely. We have 200 million budget. We're willing to spend 70 million on Fernandes. But yeah, bro. Nora, these Ineos are briefing to a Truemania game. Yeah. Well. Ivan Toney, Sheffield Mateta are two of the names just to see that monitoring. Big up to Sheffield and both are seen as experienced, lower cost options. That is laughable. Sources say Marcus Rashford has taken a keen interest in helping Manchester United younger players, particularly Gabriel. Rashford also spent some time with Shea Lacey and was quick to reconnect with Kobe Mainoo. Kobe Mainoo. Yeah. Let me just have a look on X, see if Trebs is there. I'll get Trebs on. I like Trebs. I'll come and spit his lyrics. Bass, lyrics, bass. Tell me, how does it feel? How does it feel? How does it feel? I've sent you the link, Trebs. I've sent you the link. Big up to you. Jump on, let me hear what you got to say, man. But yeah, that's the news. The news that will link with Romania as well. Phil Arteta, Mateta, Ivan Toney, who's on basically $500,000 a week, tax-free. Just in Manchester United confident Gabriel will commit his future to Old Trafford amid the interest from Chelsea. I'm not worried about Chelsea. Gabriel, think about it. It's supposed like you're going to go to Barcelona. Let's see what this says here. Yeah, this is just a PR for some of the fans. Yeah, this is part of it. Benjamin Sesko and Mateus De Ligt are training with Manchester United. Group in Carrington this morning. No Mason Mount, though. I thought it was only a little knock on Mason Mount. I thought it was a little knock. Breaking. Sources say Manchester United in for Zidane, Pirlo, Kante from midfield rebuild. Go on, Kenny, lad. Get in on it. Marcus Rashford had 3 opportunities to leave Manchester United for other Premier League clubs for this window. The player's sole focus is United. No intention. Rashford's going to help the young players with what? Drink, drinking basket, training. Blank. I think, yeah. Can have that point of view. Can have that point of view, my friend. Yo, it's failed. Trebs, try again. It's failed. New share, Maguire, and everybody else. People, please smash the like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. Manchester United current net spend is 44, their lowest across 11 years summer transfer window. And the most people who thought Manchester United could make up the numbers, make up, basically. Let me see if I can add him on. How you doing, Trebs? You good?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Can hear you loud and clear.
Loud and clear. I was going a long time, man. Hope you're good, man.
How are you? How's family? Everything good?
All good, man. How about yours? Nuruddin, poor planning in the summer, man. Poor planning in the summer, but I'm trying to get hold of you for months. Obviously, I was busy, work. Bruv, this is poor planning, man. We've had to wait. Apparently, World Cup was an excuse in which they signed 2 players at that time, or you could say 3, including the backup keeper. Ineos can do no wrong, Nuruddin, man. they can do no wrong when the Ineos bootlickers tell you that they cannot do wrong. They're good owners according to their eyes. This was the Ornstein said we're going to be the busiest in the summer. What have we done really? We're signing Yuri Tielemans, who's 29. Yeah, he has an injury record. I can DM you. I can prove the fact, bro. It, we're playing 60 games a week. We're going to play multiple games next season. Do they not know that Mason Mount's an injury prone? Yeah, Ugarte is injured. I don't even include him. An injury to Tielemans, an injury to Mainu, or even a Santo. Our season could be right off. But we've heard it's going to be a massive rebuild. We've got Champions League money. We're going to do this. We're going to do overall. And they've been silent since they signed Santo and Tielemans. Poor planning, man. Poor planning. Very
Yeah,
poor
I
planning.
mean, was there?
I don't
There
have hopes. Listen, next season I said if we get top four, we're very lucky. People screaming about winning the league because it's a dead league. No, it's not. It's not how it works, bro.
Big up, big up Imran Odin. Yeah, I can categorically say I'm not signing for United. Big up though for the Bomber. Go ahead, Trebs.
Look, I don't have
Was
high
there any
hopes.
planning at all? Was there some planning, or was there doing
Say
this
that again.
bit of tweedling with the thumbs, or was there any planning at all?
What do you mean?
You said it's poor planning, but was there
poor
actual
planning.
plan? Do you
Listen,
believe there was an actual plan?
listen, I never believed in it, but I've said because a lot of people have said, "Oh, this is the summer. This is the summer." They've been saying this since 2013, yeah. Even though Ineos were not here in 2013, but still, I don't see any difference between them and the Glazers. But every year we hear imported summer. Do you know since Roy Keane left and even Michael Carrick scores, we've not even replaced. We have not even bought a midfielder in, and the fact that they are being this silent, yeah, it tells me everything I need to know. I mean, like, do whole city need to beat us for them to sign players? Because that's what's gonna take. Because they know the backlash of that after that game, whatever happens, they know they're gonna panic, and we're gonna get the likes of Sanderberg, yeah, which is not really a bad shout. I think he's a good player. Don't get me wrong, but however, the targets that we're supposed to go after this summer, we should have got them. Even if it's not what do you call Matias Fernandez, Alex Scott was right there. Yeah, Shomeni was right there, and now they don't look like it's gonna happen. You know what I mean? These lot are priced about between 80 to 90 m's, but we just stayed silent and we like to do the cheap deals. I'm yet to see Ineos. I know it hasn't worked in the past. I'm yet to see Ineos spend 90 million or 80 million on a midfielder. Spurs finished back to back 17 and they spent nearly 200 million on their midfield. And now they're looking to get a right winger or something like that, or a winger from Man City. I don't know what his name is.
Savinho.
Yeah, Savinho. This is what I'm saying. Why are we? Look, we've got less net spend than fucking Ipswich. Bro, Ipswich got more net spend than. But are these guys? Are they taking a piss? This is supposed to be the biggest so-called Manchester United rebuild structure. And what have they done? It's just stood still. Everybody will tell me, "Oh, the window's still open." They're the same idiots, Nuruddin. Yeah, that told us it's only World Cup. It's only World Cup, mate. Tomorrow is a month since it was the World Cup final. You know how quick that was. A month since the World Cup final. They've had so. I'll tell you this: even if they sign Lewis Hall, yeah, and they get a midfielder in, and even potentially get another fucking attacker or a center or other positions, I will not credit them. This is absolutely incompetence. Incompetence, bro. We take our time. We take our time. Poor planning always ends up bad. You know the only reason why we always end up being start bad, and we always caught in the backside is because we end up planning poor, and this is just very poor. They have to be proactive. People are going to talk about Man City. People are going to talk about Arsenal. People are going to talk about Liverpool. Do you know all these teams that they all mentioned have won the league more recently than us, have won a more major trophy than us more recently? What have we won since 2013? The only thing that we could talk about is 2013. Alex Ferguson was the last time we won stuff. We're trying to. This is not a team. Big up O'Hara. He said that as well. This is not a team that wants to compete. This is not a team that wants to close the gap. Why is that, bro? I'm with you. The other day when he said something on the stream, I'm with you. I don't banter rival fans because of my owners of my football club, Nuruddin. I'd never banter them. I swear, even at work, I just stay silent. I just stay as a mouse. I stay silent. I don't banter my Arsenal. I don't banter Liverpool. I don't even banter Man City. All I can say is 115 charges to them. Nothing else. But I know because I know the owners of the league is so dead and robbed. I understand it's a shit league. Yeah, Pep's not here no more. Klopp's not here no more. You know what I mean? Fergie, many years not here no more. I understand. But who is not doing their due diligence to close the gap? Ineos and the Glazers. Welcome. That's what I say. Welcome to the URT, United Real Therapy. We need to have a therapy. You need to give them therapy, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Bro, I'll tell you right now, Nuruddin, you know the days I used to be angry on stream.
Let me ask you this, Scrubs. How many more players do you think Manchester United need?
I'll say 4, but realistically, yeah.
No. What's realistic about it? We need 4.
We need 4. We need a centre back, definitely. We need a left back. We need a DM and a backup striker if Joshua Zirkzee leaves. But personally, I don't see them getting a centre back, because listen, I'm not even defending them. They've told from the start, from the get-go, centre back's not a priority. But I know that's still incompetence because they know 2 of our centre backs are in hospital, which is Matthias de Ligt and Lisandro Martinez. But they're not going to get the centre back. They clarify that to you. That's not a priority. That's priority next month. But however, this window, they can't even get a loose hole, and they can't even. Bro, do you know the saddest thing is? Sander Berg costs 40 million. Yeah, they can't even get him. This is how sad it is. They're right at this moment disposal time. They can't even get him, and he costs 40 million. He's very cheap. He's on the radar, and they can't even get him. This is how bad it is, Nuruddin. This is how bad it is. I've come to the, with me, I don't argue with United fans, majority of them, because they think we can win the league with this ownership. I'm saying this, I've lowered my expectation to top 4, and I wouldn't be shocked if we fall out the top 4 next season. I still think we're going to get top 4 in it because I trust my attack. Do you know what I'm saying? To get a top 4, I trust Carrick as well. But in terms of competing and winning the league, yeah, mate, you've got a lot of thinking, thinking to do or dreaming to do. That's not happening, bro.
Yeah,
honestly.
Yeah,
and go on.
Yeah, the biggest thing for me is the fact that next season Manchester United are going to play 3 games most likely a week, and they're going to play 2 games a week. And we've already seen in the pre-season, Manchester United played on a Wednesday and then they played on a Saturday, and nothing was there. Now people say to me, "Oh, it's the last game of this, the pre-season. Nobody wanted to do this. Nobody wanted to get injured." Listen, what we're talking about, players about getting scared being injured. If you are scared of being injured, you're going to get injured next week anyway. What's this? You go into each game to go.
Do you want to know factual evidence? Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to know factual?
People need 150 likes, so let's get to 100 likes first. ASAP.
Do you want to know factual?
So the least you could do is like. So at the end of the day, next season, Michael Carrick's been thrown under the bus, as far as I'm concerned.
Absolutely.
Casemiro left. Ugarte was apparently going to be loaned out because they can't sell shit. That's another reason as well. They can't sell shit. So Ugarte was going to be loaned out. And we've only got, and he's out for the season anyway. So we've only got Usain Santos and Tielemans. That's not enough. That's not enough to be able to go into next season.
You want to know factual evidence?
2 games a week. 2 games a week. Manchester United need a centre back, a left back, and a central midfield player.
I'm gonna be honest.
Where does Zexi stay so goes? Because we don't know what the fitness of Benjamin Sesko is. Apparently he's trained today, and De Ligt trained today. But when are they going to come back? When are they going to be ready? They've just only started training with the team now. So how many games have they got left for them to train? We're starting the season without any central striker up front. That's what we're doing. And this is what you want you to believe. And when you haven't got a central striker who's a focal point of your team, the balance does not look right. But don't let anybody tell you otherwise. Tell you that Cunha can play there and Mbeumo can play there. Why do you always have to get players that can play in multiple? No. They play where you bought them to go and play. That's what they should be playing. But people, please smash the likes on the video, subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. The news as we see make some out, but they told us, big up to Jarvis, big up to Tactical Devils. People, make sure you check out the show last night. They did 2 shows, one on Sunday, one last night. Make sure you check out that channel after the stream is up to get more insight on what's going on at Manchester United from people who know what they're talking about. Not just what
you know how sad it is that
at the end of the day, 1 second, Trips. So at the end of the day, Manchester United need a vocal point, and there's 14 days to go in the window. 14 days to go in the window. They still got time to sign 4 players. We said we needed 6 players. I'm not gonna subscribe to the framing, how they frame things, and the talking points of Ineos. But we're not gonna get that now. Who says that? They had all fucking summer to do this. Now, in comparison to teams that needed a bigger squad, obviously because Spurs had 11 players injured. This is how many players Spurs have signed. To give you the list of how many Chelsea signed as well. Chelsea needs to get rid of players, but Chelsea signed Morgan Rogers, Max Lacroix, Marco Palestari, Giovanni Cuenda, Valentin Barca, Emmanuel Emeka from Emecha, Pep Javria, Danny Welbeck, Jordan Henderson. Departures: Kokalea, Andre Santos, Shalaba, and George. Who they sold to Everton. Arsenal have signed. So how many have Chelsea signed? Let me just see Chelsea have signed. Chelsea already got a massive squad, but they signed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. But Jordan Henderson and Danny Welbeck are going to be more. They're not going to play every week. They're going to be more of a squad player.
Yeah.
So they signed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 players they signed, right? And they've got a lot of people to get rid of. Arsenal have signed 1, 2, 3, 4. In Capia, he's on a permanent move. And they've signed the 3rd. They've only signed 2, but they've already had a good squad. So they've signed Bruno Guimaraes, Christian Tolles. They signed. And they let go Trossard, Nogard, and a couple of youngsters. Carl Hay to Werder Bremen. Spurs have signed 1, 2, 3, 4 players. They got rid of 1, 2, 3. They got rid of 2, to be fair, but another kid, that Luka Valkovic, who was a loan in Germany, Brighton have signed him for nearly 50 million. Liverpool overall signed 2. I think Liverpool need another 2 or 3. They need a centre half. They got centre half, but they need midfielder, 1 more midfielder. They need 2 wingers because they've lost 1, 2, 3. They've lost 3 players. So this is what our rivals are doing. Every other rival has signed more players than us, and except for Arsenal. And Arsenal have already got a fantastic squad. They already have a fantastic squad. They got man like Luwani. How you doing, Luwani?
Brothers. Good. How are you?
Yeah.
Big up, Treble.
Big up, man. How you doing? Good, yeah?
Good. Another day in heaven.
Yeah,
Another day in hell.
Yeah. Big up, Therapy Army.
Yeah.
Before he goes,
big up.
Nordy, can I say something before he goes?
Go ahead.
Yeah, I want to say, when you talked about injuries and everything, last season we played 1 game a week. Can you remember when we played Leeds? We found out before the game that Manu picked up a knock. Yeah, and the quality was shit, and we had to play Ugarte in midfield. Do you know when playing more than one game a week next season, playing multiple competitions? You know an injury to Manu, Tielemans' injury record. Bruno is the only one that stays fit. Yeah, we all know Miles is injury prone. We're only going to be left with Santo, Bruno, and we're going to probably have to promote someone from the youth if we don't get a third midfielder in. These guys there, Nuruddin, before the other guy goes, yeah, they're playing with fire, bro. And if they want to go into the season, yeah, knowing they're going to be not playing one game a week, they're going to be playing multiple competition with no third midfielder signed. They're signing a death warrant. I'm telling you, this is what they're exactly going to do. But anyway, go ahead, bro.
Hey, I'm not sure what was the subject of the day today, because if it's
Talking
United,
about
we
Manchester
try.
United news, transfer news. So this moment in time, Mateta, Ivan Toney's on 500 grand, but apparently we're after him. And the club are saying we're going to sign 1 or 2 players. So they're saying that we're possibly the next signings were going to be 1 or 2 players that we're going to sign.
So no, then we're talking about transfer news with the thing that we serve up with AC Milan last time.
Say that again.
Are we talking about transfer news with the game we just served up with AC Milan last time? With that shit that just happened?
Yes.
No, I don't think at this point anybody will make any difference, because the preseason is essentially finished. And unless you bring in bona fide talent, which will cost you money because you're desperate, and I don't think it will make any genuine difference. You'll have a lot more time to integrate if it's any role player, like maybe a left back or a striker, a bona fide striker that doesn't need any kind of integration, um, or an experienced center back. I can accept that, but last minute signing, outside of that, I don't think you make any difference. So, the thing with Manchester United is that I don't. It's a disservice to my mental state to watch this team. But like anything addictive, I mean, I went back and watched the game against AC Milan, and people, we can hit the kill switch. We can go back to the drawing board and erase everything. We're not ready for the season, guys. I know a lot of people will come up and say, "Oh, it's just one game. How about the PSG game? How about Atletico?" Look, we've established something for a few years now. We are a counter punch team. We are not a control team. And PSG is just that kind of team that set up. Even though they are elite, they set up with the kind of game we like to play. We trade punch for punch with them, and we look good. But the reality is that when we came against a team like AC Milan. When I watched back that game, I was traumatized, man. There's a lot of things that went wrong.
But what about the people who are saying the players were scared to get injured?
Oh my God, no, Dean. What is that even supposed to mean? This is the last game of the season. This is the last rehearsal. No, Dean. This game was beyond just Dogu running in a straight line, trying to barge everybody out of the way and put his foot on the ball. This game was beyond Bruno Fernandes popping up in area of the pitch there he doesn't belong and misusing the ball. This game was beyond Cunha getting disoriented, not knowing if he's a striker or a left winger. This game is way beyond that ball over the top that Lisandro couldn't keep up in the foot race with Loftus-Cheek. Their second goal, they put 21 passes together. We didn't touch the ball once. They serve us a switch of play and the back post. Do you know how many passes they put together for the third goal? 40 passes. 4-0. We are dead. We are dead.
No, Wani, I'm sorry, but I think 21 is
coming. 40 passes. You see that? You see
21 is coming.
You see that pass. You see that thing how we tried to do in the second half with the 4-2-4 the 4-2-4 low block kind of or whatever it is that we're doing. I've seen that. I've seen Arsenal do that, but they are pretty compact. I've seen them apply that in a low block. I've never seen the 4-2-4 high press before in my life. There were gaps everywhere in that midfield, and I promise you, if you want to set up in the 4-2-4, is it Kobe Mino and Tilleman that you're going to put in that as the two in that midfield? No, AC Milan they trust us. They give us a football lesson. And what they tell me to finish, what they tell me is that any team that show a little bit of patience will break us down. Any team that show a little bit of resilience will frustrate us. And trust me, there are plenty of them in the Premier League. Liverpool is resilient. Especially with their new coach. You think De Zerbi is not resilient? He's not going to be patient. You think Alonso? By the way, Alonso also plays with wing backs. Good luck.
Luani, I'm afraid I think everything you said is wrong. 21 is coming. We're going to win our 21st league. It's going to come a season early. Supposed to, Omar Barada promised us it's going to come in 2028, but I think it's going to arrive a season early. And I think you're totally wrong. I think we're going to sweep we've signed, Mason Mount's going to be fit. He's a new signing. Bruno Fernandes, we're going to tie him up to a longer contract. The club's now in negotiations. That's going to be like a new signing. And of course, Marcus Rashford's return, that's exactly like a new signing. So other than signed 2 players, we've signed 7 players because we signed that young Tennant Thompson, Jack Darlow, and then now we signed Rashford, Mount, and Bruno are like 3 new signings. So altogether, I'm afraid, Luani, we've signed, I think, does that make 7 signings, if I'm not mistaken, Jarvis? I can't hear you, Jarvis.
Bless you, Nudin.
I was going to say, I think you're right. And basically, we can round it up to 10. So Ineos have made an incredible job this summer, almost 10 signings. That's amazing. So,
Damn, guys.
You're right.
Thanks for gaslighting me with the
what?
With the sarcasm. With the sarcasm.
The players did not want to get injured before the season. That's the reason why they lost that game 4-2, and it could have been 7-2. But Lamins, they wanted to give a good practice to Lamins, and I thought he did fantastically well. They got Ben. Rashford's a new signing. Mason Mount's new signing. Bruno tied down to a new long-term contract. It's going to be another 4 years, another 3-year contract. Happy about that?
Big up, Ben.
Big up, Trebs. I think every day, man, I'm just starting to I really want to cry, man, but I just want to laugh at this rate, man. Oh man, honestly, and I got absolutely rinsed when I was so protective of Ten Hag, so protective of Amarim. I wasn't protective of maybe Amarim because of a system. No, I was so protective because the guy said we were wanting to suffer, and that's music to my ears, bro. Because I want to suffer because these bastards need out of my life, man. There's only so much. Very few human beings in this world that I despise and I have hatred, and that's Sir Jim Ratcliffe, obviously Omar Barada, Jason Wilcox, and the Glazer family. The fact that obviously we know what Sir Jim said about his racist comments. We know what Avram Glazer did with Israel. Obviously he hated Israel. So look, we're a racist club, we're a Zionist club, and I don't like saying I told you so, but I knew that sacking Amarim wasn't going to fix shit, bro, because the cancer was always still going to be there, man. And like I said, everyone can say there's an Ineos bootlicker army out there, but there's also an Ineos out bootlicker, and that's sort of like what I am right now. Same with Nerd, and same with everyone in the chat as well, man. If anyone asks me, Ben, do anything you can. If Glazers offer me, look here, if you do something mad or if they even say to me, Ben, I want you to get a fucking knife and cut a wee bit a wee bit of your fucking arm, I'd fucking do it to get these bastards out. That's how much hatred I have for these people, bro. The amount of money they've taken out of everyone, this whole greed in them for increasing ticket prices. This is the reason why we haven't spent this much. It's all to do with the stadium. Andy Burnham is literally the new prime minister. He's literally given this, like, obviously him being from Manchester, it's just PR. He's so excited to actually see this new stadium being built, and that's one of the reasons why we're not seeing these signings coming through the door, bro. It's actually embarrassing. Do you know what's crazy? You know, Man United's net profit is, I think, 45 million quid. And do you know what's crazy? Casemiro's off the wage list. We've got Rasmus Højlund deal. We've got Vitek deal. We've got Jadon Sancho wages completely gone. There's so many players that are completely off the wage book now, and we've actually got income coming in, man. It's ridiculous, and like their plan and their philosophy is to sell the youth so they can get more profit. But it's not to get more profit for bringing in more employees or bringing more sponsorships in. Like, as a businessman, that's what you're probably best doing. It's to take more dividends out. But people don't want to talk about that. People do not want to talk about that because we've got a footballing structure. We've got the best in class now. It's all just weird now. It's all weird. And look, I feel so sorry for Carrick, just like I felt so sorry for Ten Hag, just like I felt so sorry for Amram, bro, because none of them, and people are going to say Amram did get backed. He didn't get back because he wanted a midfielder, just like Ten Hag wanted who was it that he wanted? Frankie de Jong. Yes, obviously, people can say whatever they want by Frankie de Jong. He was never coming to Man United, but Man United couldn't pull up because they're incompetent people. And like I said, it's happening the same thing with Carrick. Now, I feel sorry for Carrick the most because, bro, 2 signings for Carrick, holy fuck. That's actually mental, bro. Like, I feel so sorry for that man. And honestly, the fact he's coming out and saying he wants more signings, honestly, God bless him, honestly, bro, because he's in for a rough one this season, bro. And look, obviously I've seen the Bruno Fernandes contract. Look, Norden, I predicted this. Bruno's the king. He's our Lord and Savior, in this club. And look, I don't really care about Bruno right now because, if you were to ask me right now, who do I hate more, Bruno or these vultures? It's these vultures. Like, I really couldn't care less about Diego Dalot, Maguire, all these ones. I want these vultures gone out of my life, man. And look, no matter what manager you bring in, if it's Enrique, if it's even Pep Guardiola, bro, the same shit will always happen, and the dark cloud will always be here.
Can I say something? Yeah, because a lot of people are not factoring in this in the chat. Not you lot. I think you lot are very smart enough. I'm just saying this because I always hear manager out and manager in, and that you see the managers you mentioned, the elite ones, they never touch a Manchester United with a bosh, bro. They distance themselves. Luis Enrique, they distance themselves.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like,
we're gonna. Do you know where we're gonna end up with? Yeah, Northern. That's the manager you wanted long time ago. Yeah, you know who probably we're gonna end with. You might laugh, Eddie Howe. I'm telling you, bro. If a Manchester United job comes available,
I mean, I take Eddie Howe.
And he can actually work with a shoestring budget that people talk about. He'll be perfect for Ineos. And not to say, I'm not shitting on Eddie Howe. I think he's a good coach. I'm not saying he's a bad coach, but I'm saying is yes, he's waiting for the England job. But if they're not going to get rid of Tuchel anytime soon, even though he's lost to the World Cup, even though he let England down in the World Cup. But I'm saying is Eddie Howe would be the next United manager more likely if they were going to get rid of Carrick because they're doing this proven manager thing, and that's what proven stuff. So that's the manager they might likely get. They're not going. This elite manager thing that people want, Enrique and all of these, that's not going to happen. Even Xavi Hernandez, he's not elite, yeah, but look, he's managing my national team, Netherlands now. Bro, it was never going to happen because Ineos and the Glazers, the model of them is top 4. Let me tell you something, yeah? If we do get out of the top 4 next season, we'll end up spending 200 million again. Look at our net spend when we don't get Champions League football, and look at the net spend we get. We have the likes of Ipswich, and these teams are outspending us. Do you know how embarrassing this is?
But you know what the craziest thing is, though, Trebs? Do you know what the craziest thing is? Like, fans actually, certain fans actually say, look, I don't really mind if Ineos don't spend much because it's their business at the end of the day. They have a right to take money out of the club for their own money. It's their business at the end of the day. No, 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 no. If you want to act like that, get the fuck out of football right now, man.
Do you know? Do you know what's crazy? You
Go
know this myth. I'm gonna just because some other people want to go. I'm not gonna make it about my show in it because it's not my show. You know this. Sorry guys, so I'm just gonna say this piece and you lot can go. Do you know this thing about? Oh, we want the Glazers out, but we give Ineos a chance. You're happy the ones who kept keeping him in charge, who are doing a worse job, who are 20 times worse than the last one, and you scream Glazers out. It don't make sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, you've heard the saying, innit? A friend of a up is a up. So
Listen,
it's as simple as that, bro. Yeah.
At the end of the day, it is what it is. Yeah, Jarvis, how you doing? Sending love. How was the holiday? Did you have a nice holiday?
Yeah, how was your holiday, Jarvis?
I did.
Yeah.
It was great. Very relaxing. Very
happy
relaxing.
holiday.
So I'm good to go.
Jarvis.
Get away from BS Manchester United.
Yeah. Off
Any
the
United
hamster
fans
wheel.
out there?
Yeah. So it was good. It was good. I enjoyed myself, and but you can never take time off from Man United. Stay in the loop all the time. That's. But there haven't been any news talking about. The Milan game was something, but besides that, there haven't been much news. But by the way, I saw Xerxes being linked to Napoli now by Di Marzio. So there are something happening. And by the way, and also I want to say to Ben, your biggest star, Troy Parrott, is apparently linked to Real Betis right now.
Ooh. Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Betis, yeah.
Yeah, I think that will be an upgrade. Playing from, I think he plays for AC Alkmaar at the moment in the Dutch league. So he scored like 30, 35 goals last season.
He's a good player. He's a really good player, bro.
Yeah.
Big up, guys. I'm going to go. Nuruddin, big up. Thank you for the
big up, Trebs, man.
Big up,
Trebs. Yeah, so and also I saw something interesting, and that's actually there have been some movement on Anthony. Remember him?
Yes.
Yeah, the what do you call it? The spinster.
Oh,
the thing with the Anthony spin, Real Betis rejected a bid of 50 million euros for him today, according to sources. So and apparently we have a 50% sell-on clause on the profit. So we could give us 10.
How much is it going for?
No, the bid was 50 millions, but they rejected it. 50 million euros.
From
it didn't say. But if possible, it could bring us like 15 million euros extra. So maybe we'll get the save from.
Maybe we'll buy 5 players with that.
Stop it there. Stop it.
Well, yeah, I'm just saying, So that's
stop what? What are we in the league?
Guys, don't you guys think don't you guys think we're stretching it too much, talking about potential signing and how we can improve the team? We still 3 months away from winter, but we just got bopped by a striker called the Winter. And that Adon Dazari that played in the double pivot for Amorim. Did anybody know who that guy is?
Oh, he was brilliant. I wanted him when he played for.
Oh my God!
Ayari, isn't that his name?
Ayari.
Yeah, very good player.
Come on, guys. What difference would he make? How much more can we improve the team to compensate for the deficiency of certain players and maybe the coaching staff, because you can see some glaring deficiency on both sides now. We are screwed, guys. I'm not just saying that to be negative. We are screwed.
Listen,
Sorry,
oh,
sorry,
go on,
Luani, I'm not having this negativity surrounding our
I know
beautiful
21's coming.
Ineos and Glazers. 21's coming. I think you're being
This-
ridiculous. I think you're overreacting, if you ask me.
Yeah. I by the way, I got
We're
told
more than
off.
ready for the week.
I got told off in the comment section on a short we released yesterday. On we were sitting and being negative against Carrick. So, not all fans take lightly on speaking the truth, and we should stay behind the manager and
Yeah, I
Ineos.
agree.
So it's
Yeah.
just the way it is. But for me, every time when it comes to this, I've been consistent. I've been saying it all the time. I didn't expect us to sign many players because I know we don't have any money. It goes without saying. But people didn't want to listen. They didn't want to listen to the facts. They believed the gaslighting that they told us in January. We're not signing any players, but we promise you a big summer. You would know who will come in. We will sign 10 players. This is where we are. And I understand why people is negative, why you are negative. And but in a way I'm not that negative because I did never expect us to sign 8 to 10 players or 6 to 8 players or whatever. I think we are replacing hand for hand, 2 midfielders, 1 injured, 1 out of contract, 2 midfielders in, and this is where we are. And this is Ineos. It's their game plan.
We know
all
who
the
you
way.
are. We know
Yes.
who you are. You thieving bastards. We know who you are. They are.
So it's confirmed we get a new contract to Bruno.
Yep. 100%. Luani, you have to.
Yeah.
100%. It was even before these
And he wants
leaks
more
happened.
money.
It was
That's why
always
we
going to
heard about
happen.
the Galatasaray news.
Nuruddin,
Jarvis was spot on about that. Yesterday,
Nuruddin-
TV comments.
Nuruddin predicted this months and months ago that these lot would give Bruno Fernandes another contract. And yes, there was obviously this whole new best in class, this wage structure now. I believe he's on £300,000 a week now. So if he's getting another contract, so he could be up to £350,000 to £400,000 a week. Who
It was
knows?
400k a week. It was 400.
I think it's
Wow.
350 excluding bonuses, including bonuses with his assist rate, goal rate, win rate, Champions League games, all of this. I
Now
think it was
this whole thing.
Stu who told me we are talking about maybe up to 500k a week.
Oh my God.
Now this whole thing is coming full circle now, and
But
it's
if he goes
getting
to Turkey, Jarvis,
the picture
goes to
is getting
Galatasaray.
clearer.
If he goes to
The picture is getting
Galatasaray,
clearer.
big up Luan. If he goes to Galatasaray, he will get tax free because the top teams are not allowed. You know what I mean? And the Turkish government signed the thing where players don't get taxed playing for the top teams in Turkey.
Well, they do get taxed, Nuruddin. It's 40% income tax in Turkey, but the players get paid net. So the club pays their taxes. So basically,
That's
they
right, yeah.
earn a lot more. So as far as I understand, it's very hard to understand how financial things work in Turkey, but that's how I've been told. It's net. So he will double his income if he goes to Turkey. That's as far as I understand. But he's not leaving, by the way. He's not leaving.
No.
You know why I'm saying this thing is coming full circle now. Rewind back last year. I never thought I would say that. I actually give a lot of credit to Amorim. This guy tried to deconstruct the team, and now we bring him back all the elements that he exiled, and we take 1 step forward, 2 step back again. The inclusion of Bruno in the new contract, in the talk for a new contract, the inclusion of the 2 Fletcher brothers with whatever shadow is in the back, pushing them forward, the inclusion of certain players, Maguire, Luke Shaw. All this is telling me that the hopes that I have for Carrick being a statement manager, a manager that have his own principle, is essentially dead. He's just a lame duck manager, with all due respect, or he's a scapegoat. That's all I see. He's just a scapegoat. He's just somebody that they just put there for face value, so the fan base get enchanted, and they keep doing what they do.
And just as well, Luani, I think me, Nerdin, and Jarvis were saying these lot are incompetent at what they're doing in their jobs. And look, I'm not saying you know, but I'm just glad you finally are starting to realize how much these lot haven't got a Scooby Doo on how to fricking run a football club. You know, as in terms of the footballing operations and stuff. So look, I do fear for Carrick so much, man. And look, I'm not going to pinpoint all Bruno because, you know, like I said, the biggest issue of this club is these vultures and our footballing department and our medical department as well. You know, yes, obviously we've got Dr. Death gone, and look, let's see what the medical department brings. I still think it's going to be a complete shambles. But I think the issue that Carrick needs to sort out is not his system. Like what I've seen so far in his preseason, and I was at the game in Ireland, so it was, and I had a wee. You guys will swallow your words for challenge. Oh my god! Oh man. Anyways,
I hope that happens. I will gladly swallow my
I hope
words. I will
too.
sit there and apologize to you personally, Seamus, and all of the other guys.
Fuck Seamus,
100%.
Scott.
I will.
Yeah,
I will be so happy if I'm wrong.
I love to be proud. I want to be.
Seamus, I will write my apology after I read it out here on camera. I will eat it.
What is this, Ben?
Sorry, Luani, just to come in there. So, well, obviously, I was at the Ireland the preseason game in Ireland, and I was actually understanding what Carrick's system is, what he's trying to implement this season. Obviously, we're trying to be a more possession based, but the thing that would get Carrick sacked is not really anything to do with his system. It's just one simple change, and I keep mentioning every show. Obviously, yes, it'd be great if he had two fullbacks that can go up and down the pitch. I still don't think Mazraoui can do that as much because Mazraoui is very wary of. I mean, if he's beside Maguire, like I can understand why Mazraoui is very like hesitant to actually push up as a fullback. And then obviously we know Luke Shaw's like he just sits back. But also the big thing that will get Carrick sacked is not playing three in the midfield. It always, you know, like I said, with every manager that has been part of us except for Amram has tried the 4-2-3-1 formation and just never will work. And look, Bruno, to some degree, he has done better in terms of to slight extent, by the way, is positional discipline. And I think that's one of the reasons why people wanted Mason Mount to start this preseason, because Mason Mount knows where to be on the pitch when we don't have the ball. That's one thing I've always liked about Mason Mount. But the issue with Mason Mount,
positionally disciplined.
yeah,
compared
exactly.
to Bruno. Yeah.
Oh, 100%, Jarvis. And like I said, I just think, you know, if you were to ask me right now, Man United are going to go into Hull City game with Kobe Mainu, with Andre Santos and Tielemans, I'd be very, very, very confident. Like very, very confident that we'll guarantee a win for that because yes, Tielemans isn't really quick off the ball. He doesn't really cover ground much, but Tielemans is a very smart player. He actually does know where he needs to be on the pitch. That's what I've seen, obviously, in the Ireland game. And obviously, you've got Kobe Minu. He knows where to be. Andre Santos, he looks to be a very promising player. Big up to Luani for obviously mentioning him in the on Nuridan's show one time. And yeah, look, it looks very promising. But if he's still going to proceed with this double pivot, it's not going to work. And look, I hope I'm wrong. I really do hope I'm wrong. But I can't find. If I were to ask you guys in the chat, outside of Bruno Fernandes, right? And technically speaking, Odegaard, but I think Odegaard's number 8. What other number 10s is out there in the world that you would say is literally Bruno Fernandes' level? There's no one. People are going to say Musiala, but I don't think Musiala's like that. He's there yet, if that makes sense. I still think he's got a lot to prove, but there's not many number 10s left in this modern day world. Everyone's all moved to an 8 or 6, just like the old days in Iniesta, Xavi, and Busquets. You know, Cruz, Modric, Casemiro. You know, the this goes on and on, man. And I just think that's what's going to get Carrick sacked if he doesn't revert back to the Van Gaal system, even the Fergie system, because Fergie actually played. Nurden will tell you, Fergie actually played a flat three as well. But the difference with Fergie was he actually asked Giggs or Beckham, one or the other, when we don't have the ball, they drift into midfield, and that forms the flat three. And then obviously, I think Valencia or Gary Neville, he would just obviously press up high on the pitch and and help out in the defense as well. Like, so look, that's what's gonna get Carrick sacked. But I like Carrick's system right now. I'm all for it. Like, if he just, it's just unfortunate. I wanted to see a left back in the system, and also 2 number 6s, by the way, not 1, 2 number 6s that can cover ground. But yeah, that's me for that.
Ben,
Mm.
Ben, you look like today you're trying to be a little political with the Bruno thing. So I'm going to help out a little bit, okay? I'm going to do it for you. You say Bruno?
Please
He's
do.
the worst. He's the worst thing that ever happened to us since Jemba. I mean it. We all
The
played
worst.
this team. The worst. This team played Bruno ball, and where did Bruno ball bring us for the past 5 years? I know we finished 15. I know we keep up. We will never know, right? That season where we have Marshall, Greenwood, and Rashford up front, and we outscore Sadio Mane, Firmino, and Salah. Whoever know where we would have end up? But we have Bruno. We got there because of him. We live. This team live so Bruno can get his numbers. And I promise you, this is a guy that went to Italy, couldn't cut it in the midfield, and have to change his game and play behind the striker. Have to have a modern position invented for him so he can exist in the modern game. I am not buying that nonsense. Nonsense, I'm not buying. City moved on from David Silva. They moved on from De Bruyne. They moved on from Yaya Toure, Bernardo Silva. And we still stuck here with Bruno Fernandes. Now they're moving on from Rodri, Ballon d'Or. Wow.
Do you know what's crazy, Lumani? You're obviously. I'm seeing the chat. Everyone's all sent facts, but see when I mentioned Bruno and like literally criticize the living shit out of him, I get absolutely rinsed by everyone in the chat saying, "Oh, the agenda, bro." Do you know what's crazy, man? Like, as I said, like my issue is with these vultures. Luana, you said it's the worst day ever, like when Bruno Fernandes signed. Bro, the worst day of my life was 2005, and that was when the Glazer family took charge of this fucking football club because it took the complete soul out of the whole club, and the whole soul's gone. The soul's gone, and then I probably say
Ineos ripped out the heart.
ripped out the heart.
Ripped out the heart.
Jarvis.
Yeah,
Let me just get to this. So the player in camp. So Harry Maguire sat down. I think it might have been one of the British TV stations. I think it might have been Sky or somebody else. Harry Maguire on step. What depth the new signings? When you play for this club, you want competition for places. It's so important that we have a huge squad. I'm at an age now where they can bring as many as they want. Bring in all the best players. I want to win all the trophies and be greedy about it. But it's up to the club. I'm sure they're working hard out there trying to bring the right players. The more, the merrier. The stronger squad that we have, the more opportunity we have winning these trophies. That is what it's all about when you play for this club. We've got a good depth of squad, but of course, I'm sure they're working hard on helping us bring more in. Now, I want to go around with you, drivers. We've got 14 days left. What time is it now in the UK? Well, 13 days. Let's call it 13 days, because in an hour's time, it's going to be 13.
It's midnight in Norway. It's midnight in Norway.
All right, yeah. So 13 days left.
Yeah.
14 days left in the UK. 13 days left here. How many signings do you think Manchester United are going to make?
I hope that we can make one signing at least. But it feels like the window is over at the moment in the way we move. And I'm not even sure what we are waiting for. If we are active in the market, we should have started negotiations with the player we want right now, and everybody should know about it.
I don't wanna wait in vain for signings. I don't wanna wait in vain for signings. Ineos is the best in class. The best in class. We're going to win the league.
I
Go
don't
ahead.
think we are wrong when it comes to identifying talents. We have been linked to very good players this summer, compared to other seasons before. We have been linked to just big names and shirt sellers. But this season, I think actually we have been linked to proper ballers in many ways. But I think the problem lies with the money, the negotiator, Matt Hargreaves, when it comes to getting these deals over the line. I think and when I say money, I think a lot of these agents wants a cut. And I think this is something that we have decided internally. We are not paying the agents. The Mendes, the big agent, he was floating around with all these players. Who was it? It was Fernandez. It was the Italian guy who went to Spurs. What's his name? Midfielder.
Italia Tonali.
Tonali. It was Chouameni. All of this, and I think they want a cut.
Alex Scott.
But I think that's a club. I think they don't want to sell Alex Scott. I don't think it has nothing to do with the agent. It's just a club rejecting it. So we have met many obstacles through the way, and when it comes to experience, it comes a time, if you don't have the experience, navigating this transferring market, it's okay to have a great plan. And I think they came in with naive eyes and a great plan, not paying agent, don't overpay, pay market value, nothing more. Don't pay bonuses to people around. We want to be serious about this. But this is not the footballing world. If everybody understands the history of how footballing world works, players in the 70s, in the 80s, they got paid, brown envelopes because they were, maximums of how much they could earn. There's always been a culture of a little bit like cheeky business. And I think Man United are not willing to be a part of it. I think we don't want to pay to agents. I don't think we want to pay to anyone. And this is where money is tight. It's not that we don't have the money. It's money is tight. We don't want to do anything extra to get these deals over the line. And I think this is where the problem lies at the moment. So can we do it when desperation sets in? I don't think we are allowing ourselves to be desperate. I think they have set the plan and they have decided we stick to it. We either sink or swim, but we stick to the plan. And this is, I think, where I partly agree. I think it's a good thing, but I also think right now it feels like a bad thing. If you know what I'm saying, because I think it's conflicting. We should get some players in, but I don't want to be panic FC, because we have done this so many years. We have signed players on deadline day. The Casemiro signing, giving a old player huge contract like that. It was a big mistake. The Ronaldo signing was a big mistake. And we have been doing these panic signings. I don't want to do them anymore. So in a way, it's not me agreeing with Ineos, but it's me trying to understand where they are.
But what causes that, Jarvis? Is it because that they've had to pay out 130 million to refinance some debts this season? The talks of the so-called stadium, the land that they bought, is that what they spend the transfer money on? And why do none of these journalists ask them about the debt, the 1.1 billion in debt that was still in?
Well, when it comes to transfers, they must, because we know we are listed on the New York Stock Exchange. So we know that we must have, in a way, have set a budget before we started the transfer window. And those money must have been available when the budget was approved by the board, the Glazers, the guys on the New York Stock Exchange, because they're going to spend a lot of money or invest into their asset, the club. So, as I say, I think the money is there, but there are some terms on that money, and we're not doing this, we're not doing that, and all of this. So the plan is ready, and this is where everything is so locked down, so tight that we don't have any leeway, we don't have any room to navigate. And I think this is where maybe we have gone ourselves down a blind alley, and now we're here, 14 days left, and I think that's one of the issues.
That the thing is as well, like, the fact that people, you know, the fact that they're bringing out that the club has no money, that's a load of bullshit. We have to get the facts right. We just earned 200 million British pounds for qualifying for the Champions League. The club announced that it received 850 million pound in revenue, and there's so much more. Like, sponsorship deals. There's so much. So the money is there. I think the issue is, if we're looking at, let's say Tchouaméni, Man United are looking for Tchouaméni. What they have to do is, Big Jimmy's going to be in the meeting, Jason Wilcox, Omar Barada, Christopher Vivell, and then Joel Glazer. So, does anyone want to buy Tchouaméni? Wilcox, yeah, I like the look of Tchouaméni. Omar Barada, yeah, I don't mind Tchouaméni. Let's buy him. Jim, what about you? Maybe we can look elsewhere. Joel, no. If Joel or Sir Jim Ratcliffe says no, if either of them says no, because them two obviously are the shareholders, like they're the directors. Say for example, if Sir Jim says I want Tchouaméni, but Joel says no, that you can't. You're going against the board. You can't go against the board in business. That goes against the board of directors and everything, and that's big red flag. So this is how business works. So if you go against the decision, you physically can't do that because that's illegal. That's how it works. That's how business works. So I just think when it comes to Tchouaméni, when it comes to all these players we've been linked to, the issue is not the money. The issue is the meetings that they're having in the board. There's a few people that are disagreeing with the actual signing we're looking at, if that makes sense. Hence why we're not buying Sander Berg. Hence why we haven't proceeded with Lewis Hall. Hence why we didn't proceed with Tonali, Tchouaméni, Elliot Anderson. The issue is not the money, because the thing is with the money, if we're spending 115 million British pounds on Elliot Anderson, we don't pay 115 million British pounds to Nottingham Forest instantly. We pay in installments. That's what we've always been. That's what Ineos have been since. Because the Glazers always paid up front. They never paid in installments. But Ineos have only introduced recently that we've been paying in installments. But nowadays, now that we pay in installments, I find it hard to believe that the money is an issue or less. I think the issue is these meetings that Sir Jim Ratcliffe's having, Joe Glazer's having, and Jason Wilcox and Omar Barada and Christopher Vivell. Because if 2 against 3 are voting for Tchouaméni, you can't get Tchouaméni because the majority of the vote of the board voted against Tchouaméni. So I just think the whole board meetings is a complete filthy mess. And that's why, guys, that's why Christopher Vivell has been linked to Bayern Munich, because he wants the director of football job. And that's probably why he said, Jason, I know you don't want Tchouaméni, but I want Tchouaméni. I want him. I think he's the right profile for Man United. And if he's saying, no, me and Jim are disagreeing with the sign of Tchouaméni, then I don't blame Christopher Vivell wanting to leave, because he doesn't have a say. He only has a small percentage of say. The big percentages in this football club is Sir Jim and Joel. Obviously, that's firstly. They're the leaders. Then you've got Omar and Jason Wilcox. Vivell's at the very, very bottom. He doesn't have a say. He does not have a say. So look, it's just a crazy, bro, what's going on in these meetings, bro. I think everyone's starting to get gaslighted in terms of, Man United don't have money. They do have money.
So Ben, how many are we gonna sign before in the next 13 days?
None.
Luwani?
Ben, thank you.
Maybe one.
That was
one.
That was my answer. I hope we don't sign anybody. I hope we don't sign anybody, because if you're
about the result of one game.
No, Nuruddin, if you're part of an entourage of a player, you're part of his family or his agent, you are the player himself. If United approach you, go the other way. Run, okay? Because here in this kingdom, we do everything for Bruno. That's what we do. And when you come here, you're going to ruin your career. Guys, I don't know if you guys did this. Tilleman, Xerxes, Lacey, Kobe Minu, all can play in the 10, and they're taking a backseat to this guy. And I've seen Ericsson take a backseat to Bruno. I've seen that. Okay, I've seen Pogba take a backseat to Bruno, being deployed in the double pivot. And look, I'm not. And the career of Donny van der Beek got ruined because of this guy. I'm not. You see, we are never going to recover from this. You know.
I'm sorry, but Bruno Fernandes is the greatest Manchester United player in recent
Jarvis, you watch the game. We all watched the game against AC Milan last time. Please tell us what this guy did. Have you go back and rewind the first goal that we conceded? We were 1-0 up. We won the first goal that we conceded. And look at the cacophony of nonsense that will lead into that goal. Bruno dropped all the way from the number 10. He dropped into the channel that Luke Shaw and our center back are supposed to be to collect the ball. What the fuck is he doing in there? He played the ball, and then when he dropped, he got tracked. He didn't even know he was getting tracked. He played the ball on the swivel, just like he does. He played it back into the dangerous zone. We don't know who he passed the ball to. We don't know if it was too hard to be a pass to Tielemans. It was too short to be a pass to Maguire. The AC Milan player won't challenge for the ball. It's a throw-in. Mazarawi is taking the throw-in. This guy came all the way from the left side back to the right side, asking for the ball. They throw him the ball. He couldn't control it. They press him. Here we go. Maguire and Santos collide. Cross. Chukwueze, thank you very much. Cash money, 1-1. There's so much things that happen in those games that do not go on the stat sheet. Him turning over the ball without a press. Hospital pass here and there. I'm done. I am done. Say I hate him. I will accept that. I hate him. Okay? I have pictures of Bruno Fernandes in my bedroom. I throw that at it every morning, right? Whatever. Okay? When I go to the gun range, I use him as target practice. I know it's extreme. Whatever. Okay? But seriously, guys, seriously. We have a lot of young talent in our team that will be bypassed because we want to keep a 34-year-old man, give him a new contract or more money. What are we doing? What are we doing?
I think you're missing the point. Bruno Fernandes is here to stay, finish his career at Manchester United. He'll play every minute of every game.
Facts.
And Jarvis knows it. Jarvis, don't you know?
Yeah.
But listen, I wanted to move on the conversation.
But Nurdin, can I just explain myself before we move on? When I talked about the inabilities of Ineos of signing players and why it's so difficult for us, what I'm talking about is the framework. And Ben got me thinking, talking about how Wilcox, Berada, and how they negotiate with the board and the owners and all of this, how to get everything in place. And when I talk about the framework, that's also something that inhibits us in signing players, because everybody has to agree. We have set the plan, and the plan is so tight. On paper, it looks perfect. It starts with Wilcox, it starts with Carrick, talking about what the club need. Okay, we need a midfielder. Okay, so what does the midfielder need to do? He needs to be physical, he needs to be progressive on the ball, he needs to play as a 6 or an 8 or a hybrid or whatever, And then they move to Vivel and the analytics team and ask them to find those players. And then they make a list, after the recruitment plan is laid. Then they make a list of players. And then they go to other clubs, ask, is he available? Is he available? What are we thinking about? How much money are we talking about? And then when the figure comes up, Omar Berada gets heavily involved because he's executing the financial approval. So he needs to approve on the players. And then, if let's say we want Tchouaméni, and we only have 60 million and they want 75, We need 15 more millions. And we go, then Berada has to go to Sir Jim and the board and ask them, and they sit down in a committee or whatever on the New York Stock Exchange board meeting, decide, okay, we approve 15 more millions, boom. And then, we go back, negotiation, Matt Hargreaves comes in, he talks to the club again, to his agent, and suddenly the agent wants another 5 millions. Okay, we have to go back to Berada. I don't have any more on my budget. Have to go back to Sir Jim, the Glazers, ask. They will have to have a committee, sit down, and and the merry goes around. And this is how it's so difficult, because we are set in a framework at this club. So this is how Man United work, because we are listed on the New York Stock Exchange and we have cheap owners and they have a set budget. And they don't understand, because they don't have experience enough. That's how we're talking about Potato Head and Weetabix. They don't have experience. They haven't done this before. They have been coaching the youth team of Manchester City or Southampton. They don't know how it works. And for me, that's the most baffling thing, because we have been talking about this, for years on this channel, the incompetence of the guys running the club. Because you have to move swiftly in the market. If an opportunity comes out, okay, you either decide or you don't. And if you go for it, you go for it. And this is our problem. We always move slow in the market, and that hasn't changed. Even Ineos is here, so now we have an extra player who needs to be informed on everything. So, we move slowly under the Glazers, but now we move even more slowly, because we have even more people, more heads who needs to agree on this. More stamps who needs to be stamped, and more papers who needs to be signed, and more people who needs to be informed. So again, we are not turning, we are turning like a Zeppeliner, an airship, or a freight trainer, or big ships. I don't know what it's called. But again, this is Man United, and that's what I'm talking about. That's the framework, the problems we have. Because if an agent comes in and say, I want extra money, we don't have the flexibility to move around and get the deal over the line. So yeah, I hope I didn't bore you to death.
No, Man United bored me to death.
Oh no, you don't. Listen, Jarvis, you never bored me to death. I think that's an interesting view, and what you put together. I basically think they have absolutely no clue. I think what they did to the fan base was to always live in hope. With January, he wanted the midfield signing Amarim. They didn't sack him because of results.
But he just identified the targets. Then his job is done.
Yeah, well, that's
so the targets we have identified has been good this summer, I would say, compared.
Well,
I don't understand, right?
One second, and then he basically said, I want a midfielder, and then they sacked him. He threw his dummy out the pram, and that's why he was sacked. The fact of the matter is, they kept telling us, wait till summer, big summer, big summer, big summer. What's his name? The guy that they brief sometimes, Ornstein, said that Manchester United are going to be extremely busy this summer transfer window. What changed? And now, tonight, the excuses what I'm hearing tonight is that because of Marcus Rashford. One player is here. Because of Marcus Rashford. That's why we've not gone into the... So is Marcus Rashford playing left back? Is he going to be is he a new centre back? Is he the new centre midfield player? What are we doing here? Yeah. At the end of the day, I personally believe these people have a Scooby-Doo. And one thing I would agree with you here, Jarvis, is that Jim wants to make the club profitable again. And what does that mean? More dividend for Glazers. That's what that means. It doesn't mean about club being successful or the club looking in the right direction.
No, he never said successful.
Yeah.
You said profitable. So yeah.
Profitable for the Glazer. And that means more. That's his job, and that's what he's here to do. That's why I have zero expectations. But I said Manchester United needed to sign 6 players. And I'm never wrong. Because the more competitions you play, the more options you have, the better you have at succeeding. Yeah. Go ahead, Luani.
No, I'd like to apologize to the Bruno fan, okay? I don't mean to inspire violence against anybody or anything. Yeah, what Jarvis says is very important, but I don't understand. It's almost counterproductive in terms of the setup, because you would think that when you have an organization and with you want to compensate for the fact that bureaucracy makes things a bit slower, you compartmentalize everything and then you name specialized people in specialized position, which is what we do. We did. We brought in football people. So normally this is supposed to speed up the process of detecting and recruiting the players and signing them. So what it is that it went the other way. We have the opposite effect to that.
One thing I like to elaborate there, Delawani, like you said, we're bringing in football people. Jarvis can come into Man United. Nerden can come into Man United. I can come into Man United. The whole URT can come into Man United because we love football. Footballing people. This whole footballing people is just a load of bollocks, bro. It's just PR, like spin. You know, the NEOS Army are getting behind.
Footballing people
Barada.
at what level? Footballing people at what level?
No, so that's what I'm saying, Nerden. That's what I'm saying. So Barada's never been a chief executive officer. Jason Wilcox has only been a sporting director for what, a couple of months. What are we doing here? What are we doing? We're recruiting people that've never done the job role and job category that they're assigned to. It's just a mess. Just a mess, bro. Oh, Joe, man. Honestly, it's like literally Woodward. It is hindsight like Woodward, because Woodward's a chief executive officer. But Woodward was assigned to do football operations too, so it's similar to Woodward, man. It's crazy. Oh,
That's
this
a
week
bit
of
of context that you needed, people. I'm a coach at heart. Jason Wilcox told Manchester United former players association in September. This September last year it was. The strength in my role now, that's a strength in my role now, but also causes me a bit of problem because I always want to interfere in what the managers are doing. So this is the best in class, yeah? This is how they speak, yeah? This is who we've got in charge. That person there is a director of sport at Manchester United. By the way, they said exactly the same about the women's. They said we're not going to spend anything. We're looking to the youth team. That's what they said. After all the best players leaving to all the rivals, Arsenal, some of them going to Chelsea.
The youth system, yeah.
That's what they've done. That's who we are as a football club, people. But don't worry.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
Do you know what's crazy though?
Happy.
If we did buy those players, if we did buy those 6 or 7, no, I'm saying it right now. If we bought those,
what are they? Go on.
If we bought those 6 or 7 players,
honestly,
I would have been shameless.
A little message for the people who are watching.
I would have been shameless. 100%.
I don't know. There's over 200. How many people are watching?
Guys.
We've only got 121 likes. We need 87 likes more, people.
Come on.
The least you could do is like the video. We're a channel that's shadow banned because we refuse to give up on humanity. We call out the genocides, the G-sides in the Congo, in Sudan, in Palestine, and what's happening in Lebanon, Yemen, Iran, what's happening in Gaza. We talk about the humanity of people and children around the world. And unfortunately, YouTube's tried to silence us. There are a lot of Zionist people who are attacking the channel as well. So the least you could do, people, is please like the video and subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. And I apologize on behalf of Luani tonight. He's not having the best of time. He's gone in on Bruno, the greatest player ever put on a Manchester United shirt. And
look, if you're Bruno,
next time he's on the show, he'll be here full of fun.
Yeah. If you're Bruno,
I wanted to ask you guys a question, and I'll start with Luani.
Yeah.
Yes.
How do you rate our top 6 rivals? Top 6 rivals. How do you rate them in terms of where we are in comparison to them? Chelsea, Liverpool, Arsenal, City, Spurs.
Yeah, not being fan of those clubs. I haven't.
I can't hear you.
Yeah. Hello, can you hear me?
Jordan, can you hear Luani?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, we can hear you. Yes, we can hear you,
I
Luani.
can
Okay.
hear you.
Yeah, so yes, not being a fan of this club, I haven't been able to gauge the level of work or the recruitment that they brought in. But knowing the philosophy of the manager and the approach of the managers that they all have, you can already say that they have the edge over us in terms of that. Now, when I look at their overall team as well, I think that they have a better team on us on paper. Of course, my analysis can be very subjective, but the club that we have to understand that the club that we are supporting is not geared toward any kind of success. It looked like this is a popularity context, and the contract is given to the player that's the most popular, regardless of his age or how he affect the team. So based on that, I think that we have a big chance of finishing out of the top four this year. It's not a wishful thinking; it's just a realistic assessment.
Yeah.
In terms of Jarvis, in terms of the other top 5 clubs in the top 6, traditional top 6, how do you think they're moving? By the way, I watched the Villa the other day. I watched a bit of Villa. They've got energy in midfield. They've actually got rid of Tillemans. And they brought
Yeah.
in Zamba, and they've got more energy and fight. They look better, actually, as a team. Talk to me.
Yeah, going into the season,
I'm excited, by the way. This is the first time ever, Jarvis. You got 10 new managers in the Premier League.
yeah, that's going to be cool, But and the one I'm actually looking to make some do his magic is Fulham this season. I think they are awfully underrated. I see a lot of predictions. They are linked to 17th, 18th, 16th. And I did a deep dive on Fulham because I wanted to know if they have any other
Back up.
options than for Sander Birch. Maybe it's a possibility. I'm dreaming of us signing Sander Birch, but
Dreaming of Sanderberg.
I'm dreaming of Sander Birch. But and I went down the rabbit hole with Fulham, and actually they have signed a hell of a striker. I don't know if you heard about the guy they signed from Real Madrid, Gonzalo Garcia. Wow,
Yeah.
He's stocky. He's only 182 centimeters. He's super quick. He's good on the ball. He's technical. He can dribble.
Good in the air.
He's hardworking. He's good in the air, and he has the finesse. When it comes to passing and shooting and all of this. I expect big things from this young Spanian player this season. So I think Fulham has found a gem. The days of Raúl Jiménez is over. I think they have found a really mobile, hardworking striker. So yeah, that's the type of striker I would actually love us to sign. Not this big target guy, 6'7" type of static players. I want someone who can come in and rock up the place. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. And they have to be strong, with a little bit of bite. He reminds me in a way of Kun Aguero, if you remember him.
Yeah.
That super stocky, great player. But going back to answer your question, rating the teams. One team I'm everybody's underestimating, as far as I understand. Sadly to say, it's Liverpool. And I think they will do really well. But it will take them a little bit of time before the Andoni Iraola high-intensity, high-press type of football is established. So they will lose or drop a lot of points in the beginning. But I think they will come really strong. So Arsenal will win it. I think Liverpool will come in second. I can't quite differentiate Chelsea and Manchester City at the moment. So just on experience, City on third, Chelsea on fourth, and Man United, I rate us the fifth best team at the moment. So I think we will come in fifth by a thread, and maybe have something in between 63 to 66, 67 points. And I think we are better than Villa. I think we are better than Newcastle. I think we are better than Spurs. So that's my prediction. Hopefully, we will come in fifth.
That's a really good shout, Jarvis. I mean, obviously Fulham have looked really good this preseason, but also people need a well, I reckon another team will be would surprise us all, and that's a team this team I fucking hate. My dad's a big supporter of it. Leeds United. I think Leeds look really strong this preseason. They've done very good business in the window, and that'll be a team obviously to keep an eye on. I actually do think they have a chance of finishing in the top 10. Now, when it comes to us, I think it is going to be Arsenal win the league. They are going to do back to back. I think it is going to be City, because I remember last season people are getting a wee bit too carried away from Manchester City. Yes, obviously Pep Guardiola, it's a big step obviously for City. Like, it's a big blow. Obviously Rodri leaving as well. But look, Mancini's won the league. Pellegrini's won the league with Man City. So look, anyone can win the league with that Man City team. You just never know these days. So look, I remember Man City losing their first few games, and then they went on and won the treble. So no, I'm not saying Man City are going to win the treble, but I'm just saying Man City, never ever underestimate Man City, and it's annoying, but it is what it is. So I'm going to go with Arsenal, then I'm going to go with City, and then from third, fourth, fifth, and sixth, I think it's literally up in the air right now, because I think
it will be very tight.
It's going to be very tight. And look, when I see Liverpool, obviously everyone's been rinsing this man at the top left-hand corner, Mr. Nuruddin, saying that this man wanted Areola. He says, I'm going to be remembering that day. He said Nuruddin saying he wants Areola and he's going to do absolutely shit at Liverpool. Bro, I know Areola is going to be a success at Liverpool, and I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong. I want him to fail so much, but I just worry about this manager so much, because there's just something about Spanish managers. They always get the best out of everyone. Yeah. And I think Liverpool are very under the radar. You don't really hear anyone speak about Liverpool. It's always been about Chelsea.
They need a couple of players. I'm not going to lie to you, Ben.
100%. 100%.
Three more players.
Yes, 100%. I agree. But when you look at their squad, though, like, if you're comparing their midfield to our midfield, like, they've got Szoboszlai, McAllister, and Gravenberg. That's a now, if you're gonna say Wirtz plays in the left wing or whatever, that's really balanced compared to ours. Like, ours is just all over the show. So I think Jarvis is spot on there in terms of Liverpool. I do believe Liverpool will finish in the top four. Now, the fourth position is just the one position I just do not know. I can't tell you. Now, if you were telling me right now, Man United don't sign any more players, I think Man United will finish fifth. But if Man United go and sign Sander Berg and a left back, we're finishing top four. We're finishing top four. But the fact that people have the audacity to say that Man United will finish top four without no more signings is just clueless, because we've just got, like you said, Nurden, and you always keep saying this, midfield is the most important position on the pitch, along with the two centre backs and the goalkeeper. It's called the spine. Yes, we got a good goalkeeper. We got two injury-prone centre backs, and we got a midfield that is just all over the place. It's a complete mess. So look, I'm just gonna put my 2 feet up, and I'm just gonna watch on and see how the season gets on. And I think that's the best thing for all of us. I'm gonna tune in this Thursday to Mr. Mandem Talk and hear Nurden get absolutely rinsed by the IDLs. And yeah, let's see. And people, who knows? Everyone may be laughing at Nurden for wanting Areola at Man United. Thinking, he's a shocking coach. This, that. Let's see.
I'm surprised that we're skipping over Chelsea with Alonso.
Chelsea, yes, Chelsea.
I'm surprised because
players, by the way.
Really good.
I'm surprised they have a fantastic striker in João Pedro, and they also acquire Warback, and with their wing back, they're going to be creating chance galore for those two strikers. Which,
by the way, Kwanda, this season is there. Kwanda, remember they signed Kwanda.
Kwanda.
We're also changing other players as well as we speak.
Yeah,
Big
So
up to
they have.
Ilse. Swanee is in the cut like Batman.
you know, thanks. You know, guys. I think Chelsea is scaring me a bit because they have all the right ingredient. They have the sign new wing
I
backs.
think everybody
They are
thinks they're going to
midfield.
struggle, but they're not. I don't think they're going to struggle.
Nope. And they have their midfield combo is still good, regardless of if they lost Santos. They still have Cancedo, they still have Lavia, they still have Enzo there. So the only worry will be their defense, but they switch into a back three, I guess. So that will solidify them. But up front, they just have some serious firepower. And then Tottenham as well. I'm surprised that we're glazing over them. They've always have a good team, but they didn't just have the manager that can get the best out of that team. When you look at their team, it's stacked. They were decimated by injury last year, but Kulusevski and Madison still have to come back. So, I mean, that team is still good. So,
Yeah, I agree with
I
all.
don't know.
It is scary. Look, and I don't know, man. Like like you said, Norden as well. Like Villa, we can never underestimate Unai Emery as well. So look, do you know what? I like this because even though I think Arsenal's going to go far away from us in terms of the league and stuff, but the more teams you have in terms of like fighting for top four and fighting for Europe, the better. It just makes it more competitive. But I just think it's so unfortunate, man, because as a United fan, like it's just this is our time to capitalize. Your Pep Guardiola is leaving and Rodri leaving is just two of the biggest things you can like that's ever happened right now. Yes, probably since Fergie, like, but it's just crazy, man. We just should have capitalized, man. We just should have, but we didn't.
Yeah, yeah. Big up, Ben. There's apparently 214 of you watching, 17 of you watching, and you said 89% of you have liked the video. That is an absolute lie, and only 11% have not liked the video yet.
Come on, man.
We need 70 likes ASAP. Channel is shadow banned. The least you could do is like the video. More people see it. Our points of views count as big as anybody else.
Can I say something positive about Bruno to galvanize the likes?
Go ahead, Luwadi. Luwadi, tonight you've been on fire, by the way.
I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry, guys.
Why are you sorry? Don't apologize. You're on fire.
My brother, I love this team as much. We all love this team, right? As much as
Listen, be honest.
we can,
be
but
honest, Luwadi.
the truth is that
when he saw Milan open us up at will, reality hit you hard, didn't it? Be honest.
40 passes, Nuruddin. 40 passes. The last time passes got counted in front of me, I was still learning how to play football. There was a game that I think Barcelona have in the Champions League. I don't remember exactly the year, back in the 2000. And then the next day, our coaches just gather us and they show us the tape. I think they put together 23 passes to score a goal. And they told us that, hey, this is the way, this is what football is all about. And yes, we've evolved into a modern way of playing where people like to say, we don't care how many passes you put together. We're going back to front with 3 passes. We will open you up and score. And then now what? Okay, if it works. Okay, if you have clinical edge up front. Don Bomo strike you as a clinical striker? Does a Dogu strike you as a clinical winger? Huh? Do you look at Sesko and say that, what? I'll give him 15 to 20 goal a season. You see that era where we used to have some good balanced front three, the Rashford, the Martial, the Greenwood, is gone. It's long gone. That's it. We'll never. I don't know if we will ever have that quality again. That's it. Now we're playing percentage football, and that percentage football is hinged on one player. That one ball over the top that we're looking for. He pushing the smooth operators like Tilleman to the back line. Tilleman is a fantastic player. Fantastic player. If you a good midfielder put pressure on the opposition. If you want to get a picture of what I'm saying, look at that very first 2 minutes against AC Milan when Bruno dropped in again. He make that swivel pass to Tillman. Tillman controlled the ball and drop the shoulder on the very first person that pressed him. Play a night of the needle pass to Amad Diallo, who got pulled down, yellow card for them immediately in the first minute. Now that's the midfielder I'm talking about. What are we doing? Bruno finished with, oh my God, 79% pass completion. 79%. The Swiss kid that play in the midfield for AC Milan, go check his pass completion. It's over 90. And when I see people, pass completion, he always use that. No, the amount of time you turn the ball over is proportional directly to the amount of attack the other team mount. What's wrong with you? Like 40 pass for a goal.
Do you know what? Do you know what's crazy? Do you know what's crazy? I was watching.
No.
I was watching on the TV there. This was a couple of days ago. Ollie's caretaker role, like his first 10 games when we went on that mad streak. And honestly, bro, when I was watching, I think the first game was Cardiff. We won 5-1, I believe. When I actually watched the whole game again, oh my God! Like, yes, obviously we had a stinker defense. We still had. Well, we actually had not a really good attack with Martial, Rashford, and I believe I can't remember. I think it was Greenwood. I can't remember.
Greenwood.
But forget about the attack. Forget about the defense. Forget about the goalkeeper. The midfield. Oh my God! Them three worked their socks off big time. Complemented each other so much. And I was watching so many times. Sometimes the man you manage would be in Pogba's position. Sometimes the man you manage would be in Herrera's position. Herrera would be in he'd be the deep playmaker. He would be the advanced midfielder. Them three just complemented each other so much. And then all of a sudden that all disappeared when I think it was Nemanja Matic got a small injury, and then that's when Bruno Fernandes got introduced to the squad, and then also that who was that Brazilian player that played for us? He played for Fulham. Pereira. Yeah,
Pereira.
He then got introduced, and then we then started moving on to the double pivots. You know, the number 10, McTominay, Fred, and then what happened? What happens, guys? We regress. We regress big time, and we don't ever play a three-man midfield again since Van Gaal these days. You know, it's crazy, and I just think Carrick just needs to figure this out, man, because there's really I just think the whole game of with that position, the number 10, it's fading away. You look at Bruno, you look at Odegaard, like who really else is there in this world that plays in the number 10 position that's so-called world class? There's no one. There's no one. Apart from Musiala, there's no one. And it's mind-blowing. It's crazy.
And by the way, with Musiala, I don't know if you guys saw it.
Yeah, I seen it, bro.
Passed out. He fainted yet again in 3 days. So something is off with him.
What's happened?
He's collapsed again.
3 days ago they had a game and he passed out on the pitch. Yeah, and all the players ran to him, and he did it again 3 days after. They have an internal game in Bayern, so he had fainted or passed out.
He fainted the first time
in the last 3 days. 3 days on the pitch.
No. Just to clarify, the first one was he explained it was the intense heat. He came on the pitch and he just felt it instantly. And then the second one was just him. He just collapsed. Like it just happened. And it was only he was only on for 6 minutes. It wasn't like he was on for the whole match. He only came on as a substitute, and then it just happened. It's just so sad, man.
Shocking pictures.
Sad.
Yeah.
So sad, bro. Solidarity and love, man. Honestly.
And also today, I don't know if you guys saw Fenerbahce played against Lyon in the Champions League qualifier, and Mason Greenwood, what a goal! What a goal! I think one of the best goals I've ever seen. I don't know if you guys saw it. It's
I haven't
incredible.
seen Would you mind sharing
Yeah.
it, Jarvis?
Go search it up on
Oh, is
X.
okay.
You will see it's a amazing goal. By the way, I'm following that game. You know, I hope that Fenerbahce goes through. They have one leg left, so this is the first of two. So 1-1 on in Turkey. So now they're going to France, and I believe still if Fenerbahce goes through to the Champions League, there is a chance that they will go sign Rashford. Yeah, look at Ben's face. He's watching the goal right now.
Oh my god!
It's
Oh my god, bro! He sent them defenders back to France. Holy
with feet,
fuck.
cuts in.
Oh my god! But you know what? Like said, like whatever you want. Like obviously, forget about what was behind closed doors with
Happened. Yeah,
missing ground. What happened. The kid was quality. I think I've never seen, like, obviously we're seeing Shea Lacey now. Obviously his weak foot's phenomenal, but Mason Greenwood's weak foot was just out of this world. He was a perfect winger for us, man. And it's just a shame that the actions and things happen, like But Jarvis, oh my word, bro, what a
It's an
goal!
amazing goal, amazing goal. And by the way, Viking from Norway, another team trying to qualify for the Champions League, drew 2-2 against Dynamo Segra. What's the name? Dynamo something.
Dynamo Kiev. Dynamo Kiev.
Serbia.
Jordan, I will send you the goal on DM, but you don't have to. You don't show it to the.
don't show it. Don't show it.
I saw it.
Yeah. But it's a wonderful goal. But I just want to say on Luani and Ben's comments about the Milan game. It's just a friendly. It's about fitness, and we didn't celebrate when we won 5-0 over Rosenborg, so we got to keep the same energy. We excuse them and say it's just a friendly. It's a televised training session, and it is the same for me. When I look at those friendlies, I look for the intent. What are we trying to do, and also the execution. Are we understanding what we are doing and looking at the principles of play? It's not just about formation or something. It's about what do we do when we are pressed? How is the number 6 reacting when he drops down in between the center backs? Are we playing around them? Are we playing through them? Are we playing over them? I want to figure out what's our game plan for the season.
True.
So, don't put too much emphasis into the AC Milan game and be lost. Who cares? It's a friendly, and a lot of these players are predominantly best players are coming back and are just weeks behind, maybe 2 or 3 weeks behind fitness wise when it comes to the rest of the players. So I think that the interesting question is, what is Carrick going to do in the whole game? Is he going to play the predominantly best players who don't have had the preseason, or is he supposed to trust Shea Lacey, Xerxes, all of these players that have played a fair amount, Lenny Yoro in the first game? So I want to ask that question to you guys.
Go ahead, Nerdin.
So Nordin, let me repeat. Who's Carrick going to start? Is he going to start the players who are fit and prove themselves in preseason, or is he going to start Bruno, Cunha, Martinez, Dallo, who haven't had the preseason? Or is it Lacey, Xerxes, or the
Bruno's going to start. Bruno's going to start. That's why he gave him the 90 minutes. So Bruno will start. Anybody else, I'm not sure about, but definitely Maguire and Martinez will start as well.
Yes, I agree.
And Luke Shaw will start.
Diego Dalot.
Santos is going to start. Santos, properly Tillemans. Kobe Manu on the bench, I think. And then is Mbemo, Ahmad. I don't think Rashford yet. And Dogu.
Dogu, yeah. So no Cunha, no Dallo.
Bruno's the only guy from the World Cup lot who's going to start.
Okay.
Yeah, I think you guys are right. the team that we saw start against AC Milan will probably start, except for Cunha will be swapped from Bomo. I think Cunha have his chance to prove that he can play at that position as a striker, but he was a bit disoriented, so he'll be swapped from Bomo. That's the only thing I see. It seemed like Carrick have a deep sense of loyalty to the veteran players, especially the one that got him there last year. He's not going to change that. He's not going to upset that. When we say man management is his forte, his man management is based essentially on keeping the older players, the most experienced one, happy, and he know he can deal with the young ones if they throw a tantrum. But I don't think we can say the same when it comes to the older players. So we know exactly the makeup of the team that will start. But starting the veterans doesn't necessarily mean that they can compete physically because some of them are already out of it. We know Maguire is not going to compete physically. We know. We know Luke Shaw is not going to compete physically. And yeah, I'm also side eyeing Mazarawi. I'm sorry, side eyeing him. I'm still waiting for those assists to come in galore. But I'm not seeing that he's steady but defending.
Hmm.
But going forward, I'm not seeing anything at all. I don't know. Maybe it have to do with the combination that he's playing with, like Ben is saying. Shea Lacy, Ahmad. Shea Lacy open it up a little bit more with rather than Ahmad. I don't know what he's down to, but Mazarawi have been a bit underwhelming for me. But yeah,
No,
the veteran will get the nod.
the thing is with Masvidal, he needs a set of games. The thing is I hate about Masvidal, Carrick, and the previous managers. They've started him for like 3 or 4 games and then dropped him. You need to let Masvidal like play 10 or 15 games and let him you know come into the team and like start playing a consistent set of games. Just see understand where Mazraoui's at. Look, see Mazraoui in that Brighton game in the final game of the season last season. I actually think he was our man of the match. He was phenomenal. Phenomenal. He worked his socks off. He was up high on the pitch. Literally complimented Ahmad. He complimented Mount. But I don't think Carrick's going to start Mazraoui. I do think it's going to be our vice captain, Diego Dalot. I think it's going to be Dallo, Maguire, Martinez, Luke Shaw, Santos, Tielemans, Bruno, Ahmad, and Buemo as a false nine. And I do think it's going to be Cunha, by the way. I think Cunha will start, in my opinion. I don't think Rashford's going to start, and I don't think Shea Lacey's going to start whatsoever. That's just my opinion. But yeah, look, at the end of the day, that team should be way more than enough to beat Hull City. But like I said, people, will I be surprised if Hull City beats us? Absolutely not. People are going to say they will be surprised. No, I won't be. I won't be surprised at all because you know, regardless, yeah, people can criticize about Carrick's system, like how he sets up the team against Hull, how we play, possession like off the ball or possession on the ball. The reality is everyone's just going to get on the Carrick now. And just like everyone got on the Amarim, Ten Hag, but no one will ever dare get onto the Vultures, bro. Because the Vultures have let down Carrick just like they let down the previous managers. So look, let's see what happens. Like I said, I'm putting my 2 feet up in my desk. I'm watching the game on Saturday and seeing how we get on, bro. And hopefully we come away with 3 points, bro. Because I'm not confident. I'm not confident just because on the basis of our fullbacks and the basis of our midfield that there's no defensive stability going on there. So look, that's it.
Yeah. When you talk about Mazarawi and Dallo, right? Who we start among between those two? There's no clear demarcation line between them. It's all about their outlets. And in Carrick's system, I believe he want the fullback to be outlets. So in that sense, I think Dallo is more of an outlet than Mazarawi because when both of them arrive in the final third, I think Dallo's game is already predicated on doing something. He's a bit more decisive with the ball than Mazarawi. It look like Mazarawi is a bit more hesitant. Dallo can Dallo can come in inside when Ahmad is outside and he take a couple of touch and he will probably push his foot on the ball. He does that. He shoot into Rosette, but he still shoots. Or he can go on the outside and try to cross the ball. But Mazarawi is a bit slower to make a decision. His build-up play is good. It's just the finishing touches are not convincing. So I
I
think
complete.
Dallo
I
Dallo start.
I completely disagree, man. Like Diego Dalot's been here for so many years. Nura can tell you all about him, man. And do you know what's crazy, bro? If you were to ask me right now, if we got Lewis Hall, if we got Lewis
Diego
Hall,
Darlot, he's the
oh,
captain, vice captain, mate. What are we doing
he
here?
he
He's the
can
vice
fuck off,
captain.
man. He can
He's
fuck
gonna
off.
be another 13 years. Only if he wants to leave, he'll force a move out.
The thing is,
I'm not saying Mazarawi is better. Dalo is better than Mazarawi. What I'm saying is that. What I'm saying is that.
Right back.
One at a time,
Euro
one at a
was
time.
that right back.
Yeah.
Bro, yeah, I wouldn't mind that.
No, I'm not saying Mazarawi is better. Dalo is better than Mazarawi. What I'm saying is that for how good Mazarawi is on the ball, it's weird that he doesn't get that much goal or that much assist. So it comes down to
Yeah. But
it comes down to that.
You saying that Diego Dalot gets more assists than Masraoui?
No, I'm saying that Diego Dalot create more goal scoring
Diego Dalot is
opportunities
far
for
more
us.
competent on the ball and doesn't give the ball away. Diego Dalot and he doesn't cost you goals. Come on now, Luwani.
And the most important thing, Diego
I said
Dalot,
final
he's
third,
not-
final third.
Luwani, he's not. See the difference between as well when we don't have the ball. Diego Dalot just looks forward. He doesn't look sideways. He doesn't look backwards because he doesn't know what's going on. He doesn't even come close to the right centre back. We've seen that a lot under previous managers. Jarvis can even tell you he's not aware. He's not. He's not aware of what's around the pitch. Whereas Mazarawi is a very smart footballer. He knows where to be. We've seen what will happen in Morocco. We've seen what happens in all the other fucking clubs he's played for. But bro, what I would do if I was Carrick, if Mazarawi is going to struggle in terms of the final third, then if we have brought Lewis Hall in, you have Lewis Hall going up high on the pitch, but you allow Mazarawi not only to push up high on the pitch, invert into the midfield, help out the midfield. That's what we did with Diego Dalot, like under Ten Hag. Dalot would invert into the midfield and help out the midfield, but I actually think Mazarawi would actually be somewhat. I think everyone's disrespecting Mazarawi too much, man, and it's getting out of my nerve, man, because he's a wonderful footballer.
No. We know the plan. You know, they are doing it by. They watched Mazraoui play left back in the World Cup, so he convinced the guys on top that we have Mazraoui as left back, Shaw's left back, Dalot as right back, and Lenny Euro as right back. So that's our squad. I think that's where they're going. I'm not even joking. You can laugh all you want. We're not playing Dorgo. It's Mazraoui and Shaw on the left, and it's Lenny Euro and Dalot on the right. That's I think that's where they are heading.
Yeah.
And
are you happy about the news today that Delit and Sesko trained?
Back to train. Yeah.
Do you think they'll be in the squad for Hull?
No. If they're fit, why not?
But do you think they're going to be fit? This is the first training they took part.
Oh yeah, okay. Well, then they're not playing. No chance. Yeah, they said with the licked fall was the word they used.
Full training.
So that could be September, October, November, even stretching it to December. I don't know.
How much do you think it will cost us without playing a proper number 9, a vocal point, some player to play off to get the channels?
Yeah. It will cost us a lot of points. You know, I don't know if you guys remember in Carrick's 17 games, we won 12 and lost or drew 5. So how many late winners did Sesko provide as the number 9 coming on from the bench? How many points extra did he gain us getting the Champions League over the line? So having a striker who can come in and do a job as the backup is super important. Super important. So if this Sesko injury is serious, and let's say he's not coming back for the next 3 months, he hasn't trained since the last game of the season. You know, he's been out all summer. You know, look how much muscle mass he has gained. It's only one reason because of that. He can't do anything else than training in the gym.
Upper body.
I'm surprised. Last year I watched Eddie Howe struggling to get Voltamade to play in the 10 and putting pace around him in Uzula and Tony Gordon, and then he couldn't do it. Now I'm watching us trying to run Xerxes out of town. Well, Xerxes is the perfect foil for a 10, and we can easily play Mbomo or Cunha on each side of him. But no, we're trying to run him out of town. We are some serious fan. Like, this fan base is incredible. I have to give us that.
Yeah.
Jamie,
We're the
that's a
greatest.
well comment. That's a
Listen, I need to get up early. It's been a pleasure. People, you take the piss. You don't like the video. Like, what can I fucking do? Nearly I don't know how many of you have been in here tonight. Nearly 5, 6 watching this, and none of you like the video. So it is what it is. We're shadow
It
banned.
has to be the Bruno slander. I'm not doing that next time.
No. It's not. It's not the blue standard.
Listen, I can understand. I can understand.
Bring this
Oh,
into
sorry, go
what
ahead.
exactly gave you that expectation. Manchester United needed 6 players, regardless of how you want to frame it. Time, space, continuum. Manchester United needed 6 players. We needed to get rid of 3 players or 2 players and bring in 6 players. That's what we needed. We needed a new centre back.
Yeah.
We needed a left back. To me, I said 7 or 8 because we needed a right back. Me personally, you need 2 fullbacks to play the way that Carrick wants to play. And I personally believe you needed two midfielders, because if we get a number 6 or somebody who's dynamic, ball carrier, defensively strong, if we were to get that type, what about if he's injured? What are we going to do then? So we needed to have 2 players. We needed to sign 4 midfielders, me personally, not 3. I never bought up to this 3. 4 midfielders. And because Manchester United don't spend money in January. And the club told us that there was going to be a big summer. The club were briefing that time, space, and continuum with their minions in the press. David Ornstein tweeted Manchester United going to the busiest football club in the transfer window. And it actually worked out to be Chelsea out of the top 6 and Spurs being the 2 busiest. Arsenal didn't have to really go up because they had a really good squad from last season. They didn't have to. Liverpool, I think they need 2 or 3 players still. I still think they need 1 more midfielder. I still think they need wingers because what's his name is out. Ikatike is out for a while. And I think they need another striker because I think what's his name can get injured again. So I think they needed a squad as well to be able to compete. But Manchester United are going to be playing 3 games a week next season, or sometimes 2 games a week. And we know there's not going to be anything to freshen it up. So we're going to get found out. You wait and see. We'll find out if they don't act. And we need 4 more players. 4 more players.
Yeah.
It won't make a damn difference. No, it won't. Just saying that. Did you notice that Tielemans and Andre Santos are already getting run ragged?
I mean, I honestly, time, space, consider. I don't know what to do with that. You said we needed to. Yes, we do. Yes, we did last season. We needed a midfielder.
Ask Amorim that question.
And that's why we got knocked out of the both cups in 100 years. First time in 100 years we're knocked out of the cup in the first round. The cup first round. It's embarrassing. I'm embarrassed for you. I am embarrassed for you.
The whole fan base.
Amorim, when we played Leeds last season in Scandinavia, said, I need 2 midfielders. Do you remember, Jabs?
Yep. I remember. He lost his job because he said he wanted players. You know, he spoke out. So that's
because of the system.
So that's why I ask Amorim, because he's not agreeing with you, time, space, continuum. We needed players, and you know, it was sheer luck. You know, injuries. We had the squad was so thin. You know, imagine if Kobe Mainoo was injured, or Casemiro, or even Bruno. Yeah. We wouldn't have no one to replace them with. We didn't even have Collier because we loaned him out. So we had no options. So this is where we are, and you know, we were super lucky last season when it comes to injuries, and basically it's because we only played 1 game a week, and we had like 3 weeks holidays through the season, so the players had time to recover. And yeah, but this season is different. I think the only thing that counts in our advantage right now is there's so many teams that's qualified for Europe.
Mm.
We have we have Arsenal, City, United, Liverpool, and Villa to the Champions League. We have Bournemouth, Sunderland, Crystal Palace into the Europa League, and Brighton is going into the Conference League. So we are talking about 9 teams. So I think that's good for us because it's not only us that we have 2 games a week. So it could compensate a little bit for us having more games because other squads will also be weakened. So hopefully, but that's why I also think we will have a super tight Premier League this season. Everybody will beat everybody, and we will have big upsets with teams like Fulham. I think Fulham will surprise many of you, and even Everton. I think they look good, and as Ben mentioned, Leeds
Very good.
very good. Now they have a decent. The Leeds haven't had a goalkeeper in 10 years. You know, they have had Melier and Darlow, and now they have Trafford. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah,
And
Leeds fans
I
are expecting European
I'm,
places this season.
and I'm a little bit curious about Newcastle and their new manager. We
Same.
could like upset things and start playing the Gegen type of football, and maybe the Georges will be found of
Well,
it and like
well,
it. Yeah.
I've spoken to 2 Newcastle fans, and they're really worried.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
I
but you know,
owe
you never know.
They need to make signings. But we
I
don't
owe
know.
Amorim.
Vegan person, yeah. Luan,
I owe
last
Amorim.
comment from you. Go ahead.
Oh, last comment. I just want to say that I owe Amorim a sincere apology. He, I can see what he's trying to do now, but unfortunately, it's also half his fault because the only player that was capable of stabilizing his midfield, he beat him and put him on the bench. You know, yesterday when I was watching that kid, that Swiss kid, Jazari, he looked exactly the profile of Kobe Mino to me, and Kobe Mino wouldn't get a game on the Amorim. So hey, I don't know, but I owe him an apology. He's the
No,
only
they compare
manager.
Yasari to Frankie De Jong.
Frankie De Jong. Okay, yeah,
Frankie De
he's so
Jong type
good.
of player. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think in the past 10 years, most of the managers that we had, with all due respect, are dead men walking. They've just been brought in just to fulfill a certain quota of popularity or familiarity, and we rinse and we go back again. Ole is not so different from Carrick now. They don't want to back him. That says everything. And then we'll
Yeah.
go from Carrick, we'll go to another manager, a big name manager. They won't back him. He will throw his tantrum and walk out too, and we will start over again.
Yep. Pick up. Yeah, final word from me. Yeah, big up the panel always, bro. Best show on YouTube, man. And Jarvis's channel too, man. The only two YouTube channels that actually speak the fucking truth on these vultures and just everything that's going on right now. Like from the top, like it's crazy, bro. It's crazy, and it's night and day, man. And honestly, bro, I'll never ever forgive any human being in my life that is racist. And Sir Jim knows what he did and what he said, and it was completely wrong. And the fact that no one is doing anything about it, it just shows how much shame this fan base is right now, man. Like the fact that we're keeping it's been now 2 decades now. I'm starting to see a lot of grey hairs now are growing on my body now. Like just shows to show how long these people have been in this world, man. Like obviously in charge of Man United, bro. But look, honestly, bro, I just think I feel so sorry for Carrick, man. It's just it's mind blowing, bro. The fact he hasn't been back. Just same with Amorim, just the same with Ten Hag, Ollie. The pattern's just gonna keep going and going and going. And the IDLs will always shut me down, but I will never be shut down, man. I said as well, I'm sick of the gaslighting. I'm sick of everything, bro. And I just want these guys out of my life, out of my club, and they deserve pain coming their way, bro. They deserve it because you know the fact that they've sacked obviously the employees, that the increased season ticket prices, the disabled ticket prices, it's just a shambles. And I just think, like I said, all of this, you know, the reason why Man United have not signed players, it's all because of stadium. They're all saving money for the stadium, man. But look, that's where it is, bro. But yeah, people, big up pre-Palestine. You know the drill.
Big up, Ben.
I had my first training tonight in the new club, and I tell you what, boys, I'm saying this right now. Oh my god, I was getting cooked tonight. By the way, now look, it was my first training, but I was getting fucking cooked tonight, man, as a fullback. And look, I just have to. Look, it's my first training, and look, I have to get up to the standards. Obviously, it's a big jump, 2 divisions. It is a big jump, and the fact that I was even saying to myself in the mirror today, like, you know, I'm 3 divisions off, like 3 divisions off from professional football, which is crazy. Like, but it's just madness. But nah, man, I was getting cooked tonight, man. Like today in training, look, met all the teammates today. They were all very very welcoming today, all bigging me up and stuff. But yeah, man, like tonight was another level, and look, just goes to show I need to get at it, bro, and get cracking, bro. You know, focus in the gym, focus on myself and the recovery period and stuff. I think that's the most important thing.
You
is my
just find the
recovery
best
period.
player, first training, smash into him,
Yep,
and walk away.
tried that, but I was getting Meg Jarvis. I was,
Yeah,
I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it tonight. Like the level was just like was unbelievable. And like if I'm saying like that, and there's only 3 divisions until pro, it's actually mind blowing that there's actually footballers out there that don't make it, but they're unbelievable. They should be pro. It's just crazy. It's a crazy world. It's a crazy sport. But just shows why we love the game, why we love the sport. But yeah,
Ben, you have to believe that you belong there. Okay, it's
100%.
it's not a level above you. No way.
Oh, I
You
agree.
can do it.
100%. 100%. I just need to focus on myself, Luani, and focus on my weaknesses, what I can improve as a player, and just take it from there, man. You know, obviously it's a
You
new
have
system.
no weaknesses.
You're on mute, by the way. You're on mute.
Big up Ben, man. Listen, big up yourself. It's about the fitness. The rest of it comes. You know how to play football. It's about the fitness. They just look more fitter, and the ball and the passing is more sharper. But your level will go up as well. Jarvis, you live tomorrow?
No. Tomorrow I'm watching Bodø/Glimt. They are playing the qualifying game for the Champions League against Nijmegen or NAC NEC from the Dutch league.
Oh, okay.
Dutch team NEC Nijmegen. NEC, that's how you spell it. They are extremely super aggressive. if you watch a couple of videos on them, they are the most attacking team in Europe. They have like a philosophy. When you play a pass forward, you have to run forward.
Yeah, you have to run. You have to follow the pass.
So you overcommit men all the time. You pass, you run. Second guy pass, and he runs. So suddenly you have no center backs left. So it's super crazy. You guys go check them out.
I'm gonna see if I can find that game tomorrow. I'm gonna watch it as well.
Yeah. That I'm looking forward to that game and watching Bodø/Glimt. I hope they can qualify for another year. I want to see them again in the Champions League.
They were the best thing in the Champions League last season for me. PSU might have won it, but the best football, the entertainment, put in Norway on that 50,000 village in the Arctic Circle is unbelievable, absolutely unbelievable. Their story will be the most unbelievable story. If Manchester United had a run like that, I'd be buzzing. I swear to God, I'll be coming in. If Manchester United played the football that Bodø/Glimt, I can only dream they play that type of football.
Yeah.
But anyway, listen, people, we're going to bed. Like I said, I've got to go. We've been live for more than 2 hours. Jarvis will be live on Thursday night.
Thursday night, yes. Then we will do a preview on the game and talk a little bit of tactics. So it will be a tactical show and prediction show of the lineup and all of this. Yeah.
There you go.
So if you're around, jump on, Nuruddin. You are free to come on whenever you like. Yeah.
Yeah. Big up.
9 p.m.
Big up on love people.
Big up.
And Luani, big up.
Big up, Kavik ball. 4-2-4 high press. Swiss cheese.
Yeah, man, Luani. I can't wait. Big up Luani. Make sure you follow him. I'm Manuel Luani. Manuel Luani 1979 on X. United Trucker is also known. Big up to Ben Elmore 39 on X.
Come on, man. Love, bro. Free Palestine, man. Come on.
on
Good night,
TikTok.
guys.
Make sure you check JavaStar Tactical Devils, the YouTube channel, and on X is Bowley, BOLE77. Big up to all of you. I think we're going to leave you with this. With Palestine, Sudan, Congo, Syria, Iraq, Yemen, Lebanon. After signings, after Glaciers, and any else, man. If you know, you know. We keep it 100% on this channel. 21 is coming. Strapping, people strapping.
God bless you on Thursday, Nerdin. God bless you, bro. Because
Yeah,
you know
well,
you might.
God bless you.
I hope to be there. And I'll try to tune into that
Yeah,
game.
that's the name of the team they're playing from
Yeah.
the Eredivisie.
Eredivisie.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jarvis is, of course, he's supporting Bodo Glimt. Northern Norway, mate. Big up.
Yeah.
Big up to everybody, people. So, let us know in the comments what you actually think, people. What do you actually think? What do you believe? Take care of yourself. And we'll be back. If anything breaks, we'll be back. But apparently tonight, we'll be back in with Romania. According to Fox Sports. So we'll see.
How far are you from home?
Luana?
I'm just an hour out.
That's not too bad.
Yeah. Well, look after each other, people. We'll be back if anything breaks. If not, most likely Thursday or Friday, we'll do a preview. Take care. Good night.
Take care.
Good night.